Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Andy back again from the underground, and today we're taking a look at the two products that I initially hinted in the GetRxd conic squat stand video, the military bench and the Optimus pad. And just a quick disclaimer, GetRxd did not send me these free of charge. The frame cost $180, the Optimus pad was $355, and so the total was $535, but that doesn't include the freight shipping that I had to pay. So like I was saying in the conic squat stand video, I did have to pay shipping on all three of these products, and that was about $190 for freight shipping. Everything did come nicely packaged onto the pallet. Everything was separated in boxes and packaged really well. They did a good job with their QC. I didn't have any missing parts. From the time I ordered it, it took about a week and a half to get everything situated. I believe I got my notification for freight shipping a couple days before they delivered it, and it was by R&L carriers, and they did a fine job with it. Everything went smoothly. And if you're looking for anything GetRxd, whether it be a tornado rack or this military bench or the conic squat stand, they are running their Black Friday sales, I believe all of through this month, just like a lot of companies are, and it's about 10% off right now for the military bench frame. I noticed that the Optimus pad isn't on sale, which is unfortunate. You kind of need the Optimus pad here with the military bench in tandem to have it work out really well for you. And here is just some close-ups of putting together the military bench. It's really straightforward. You just get the bolts through. I did also pick up these RX3 weight clasp or weight pins to weigh down the military bench. I feel like you actually need these so that the military bench doesn't move when you're doing heavier movements like lat pull down. If you're loading up 300 pounds on your lat pull down, you're gonna need something to weigh down the military bench so it doesn't pull the military bench around. And this isn't just a military bench issue. This is an issue for anything that's kind of like lighter weight in this regard. The wheels spin nice and smooth. In terms of putting together this back pad for the Optimus pad, very straightforward. No missing screws or anything with my order. So it was nice to see that everything came in one piece. And here is the Optimus pad on the military bench. This is a little bit pricier of a setup. So it was, like I was saying, it was $535. This definitely replaces an adjustable bench. If you just have a flat bench right now, this is a pretty good alternative to having an adjustable bench. However, if you already have an adjustable bench, I don't think you'll need this. That's just my honest opinion. It is nice to have though. This is going to be a dedicated accessory kind of bench for myself. I'm going to leave it over where my fat bells sit, and I've been enjoying it a lot. There's a lot of exercises that you can do with it. And the quality that you get on it is pretty solid. It is that standard black powder coat that you get from a lot of overseas made equipment. However, GetRxd did a really good job with this. I would say this is very comparable to Rep Fitness or the newer Bells of Steel, like I was saying before. So one thing that a lot of people were talking about is that the Optimus pad is wobbly, and it is wobbly. There's some play when it comes to it. However, there's a lot of play like in things like the Prime Stability pad, but there's not a lot of play when you're actually using these things. So when you're locked in and you're weighing down the military bench with your body or using it, there's not a lot of wobble in terms of the use. Yes, you can wobble it and wiggle it around a lot, and that's just because there are things that need to adjust. Anything that has a lot of adjustment points is going to have wobble to it. And you're going to see me in this clip just kind of play around with the Optimus pad, the adjustments and the height and the settings. It's extremely adjustable on how you're going to want to set it up. The lowest point of the seat for the Optimus pad is 18.5 inches tall, I believe. The military bench itself, I believe, is 33.5 inches tall. tall, so that middle upright that you see there. And the attachments for the Optimus pad, they're pretty solid quality. Like the foam isn't too firm, and the vinyl that they use is like a grippy vinyl for each of them, and it gets the job done. I wouldn't say this is like commercial piece ready, but it's good enough for a home gym for sure. And if you're loading up some decent weight, I think it'll hold up over time. Yeah, and I'm just going through a lot of these movements and showing you the usability of the military bench. You could use it for so many things. It's super versatile. Like I was saying, there's so many angles that I haven't discovered that I am still trying to think of and do. Like for example, you can set up the bench in this slant and you could do spider curls, you could do rows, you could do incline flies. It's stable enough where if you want to use it for incline pressing, I think that would be okay. Maybe not anything over like 315. Make sure you have a spotter as well. But this bench reminds me a lot of the Edge Fitness Transformer bench, where there's multiple pads and there's a whole bunch of different attachments that you can add on and do a lot of different things. And in the future, I do see GetRxd probably using this Optimus pad, the frame, just to add more attachments to it. And I could see them adding more things to the military bench as well. And the reason I say that is because GetRxd has been innovating a lot of new attachments for the rack, specifically made for their tornado rack. But I've also seen a dumbbell cradle on their adjustable bench. I haven't owned it, but I have seen videos on it, and I could see them doing something similar with the military bench. There's a lot of different things you could do, especially with this modular system with the 3x3 upright or tubing with 1-inch holes. There's a lot of different attachments that they probably have in the works or they're thinking of. And if you wanted to do like a high incline kind of seat, you can do it here, like at this angle with the Optimus pad that I'm showing you. It is doable. However, like I was saying, yeah, I wouldn't be too keen on loading up, I would say like 120s on dumbbells doing incline press. That might be a little bit too much for it. However, the Optimus pad is beefy. You can tighten a lot of the knobs and make it really tight to use. But as I was saying before, I use this primarily for accessory work, and I'm not loading up like some crazy amount of weights using the military bench and Optimus pad. Setting up for something like the dumbbell shoulder press, as I'm going to show you right here, it's nice with this seat because you can adjust it and have it recline a little bit back, and then you can lean into it rather than sitting at a 90-degree upright angle. So right here you can obviously see that, you know, it has good stability. It's not a lot of wiggle when I'm using it. And before anything else goes on, if you made it this far in the video, as always, thank you so much for watching. Be sure you like and subscribe. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. But let's get back to the video. I've been talking about the military bench and the Optimus pad as kind of like a standalone unit for a lot of the time. However, being in a home gym space, you want versatility and you want to be able to do a good amount of things with, you know, the budget or the equipment that you already have. So in these next few clips I'm going to be showing you, I'm going to be using it with my Beyond Power Voltra. And here you could see I'm using a Darko Thresher pad with the military bench and the Optimus pad in tandems to do a seated row. So what's important with this kind of setup when you're using it with your Voltra or you're using it with like a lap machine or any kind of cable machine, you want to have the military bench weighed down. However, here you don't see me having it weighed down, and that's because the weight that I'm rowing is not that much. If you're rowing, like I would say between 50 to 120-ish pounds, you probably won't need to weigh down the military bench. But that's only if, you know, your weight in general can hold down the military bench, and that's a really important thing. And here you can see me doing some Voltra flies. So when I'm doing the dual Vultra flies, I do have to weigh this down. I put about 180 pounds of weight on the weight horns to hold down the military bench in place. And I already know it's not going to fly with a lot of people having to weigh down the military bench with extra weight. However, I do think it's necessary to do so. But it also keeps the military bench pretty lightweight when you don't have it weighed down, so you can move it around your gym pretty easily. And here you can see me do some lat pull downs with just the military bench and Optimus pad freestanding, standalone, rather than having my Optimus pad mounted to my Rogue upright. And it works that way as well. The Optimus pad will go on my Rogue Monster upright. However, the holes that it has on the side, it is a little bit tighter of a fit, and you kind of want to use a smaller diameter mag pin. So if you have like the old Fringe Sport mag pin, I think that would be fine. Here I tried to shove in the GetRxd mag pin that it comes with because it's a little bit smaller, but it gets the job done. And you could put the weight clasp on the military bench in a lot of different areas. As you can see here, I put the weight clasp right on the upright of the military bench, and it will hold down your military bench for a good amount. The military bench is on 3 rubberized feet that are a little bit elevated from the ground, and that holds it down pretty well. And that's gonna about do it for this video today. If you have any compatibility questions on the Optimus pad, the military bench, or the RX3 Connex squat rack, let me know in the comments down below. I love helping you guys out because your questions might be a question that someone else already has in mind. Again, I don't have a affiliate code with GetRx. If you want to check out their products, head over to GetRx.com. They are running their Black Friday sales. I'm going to include the timestamps down below, any links to the products to GetRx, and all my other affiliates in the description down below. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.